วัสดีค่ะ Welcome to ASEAN Today. This is Natha Gomonwatin of Thai PBS in Bangkok.
Salamat berjumpa lagi. I'm Dalton Tanonaka of Indonesia's Metro TV at the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta, and this is your monthly look at the dynamic Southeast Asia region. We begin in Cambodia, where ASEAN foreign ministers met in Phnom Penh to work on several hot-button issues.
At the top of the agenda was the political conflict in the South China Sea, with territorial claims by China, Taiwan, and 4 ASEAN nations. A proposed code of conduct was presented to China on July 11th, but it failed to change China's insistence that a document be drafted bilaterally instead of collectively.
我们认为这个南海的问题并不是中国和东盟之间的这个问题，而只是中国与部分这个东盟国家之间的问题。那么东盟地区论坛的系列的外长会是有关各国增进互信、加强合作的一个重要的平台，并不是讨论南海问题的合适的场所。
Also discussed and postponed was the signing of documents relating to the Southeast Asia Nuclear Weapons-Free Zone, approved by ASEAN in 1995. Concerns by several nuclear powers resulted in the postponement to November.
Protesters in Vietnam added their voices to a territorial conflict in the South China Sea.
Demonstrators waved Vietnamese flags outside the Chinese embassy in Hanoi on July the 1st. Both communist countries have made territorial claims to parts of an area rich in fishing and oil. This protest was sparked by the announcement that China had deployed 4 patrol ships to the Spratly Islands. Street protests are rare in Vietnam, but this territorial tension has caused several in the past year. In Singapore, 15,000 people gathered on June 30th to promote the acceptance of the gay community in the city-state. Organizers said this really was more about social change rather than revising laws. Homosexuality is illegal in Singapore, with violators facing prison time. The event was hosted by the Pink Dot Group, who have held similar rallies since 2009.
The population of Asian elephants living in Cambodia's jungles has fallen to less than 400. The total in 1995 was 2,000. Hunting was previously the biggest threat to the animal's survival. Now it's habitat destruction. That's forced many elephants to seek food in farmlands, leading to conflict with humans. Villagers have killed elephants for invading their crops and destroying buildings. Forecasts show that the elephant population will continue to decline.
More political prisoners have been released in Myanmar.
The government began the release of 46 prisoners on July 3rd, some who have been held since the 1988 student uprising. Officials also said they would release 34 foreigners. Democratic reforms begun last year have resulted in 650 political prisoners being released through January.
These reforms have resulted in international companies lining up to do business in Myanmar. ASEAN Today Selda Savitri reports on a recent event that drew more than 200 participants to Yangon.
They're coming. Ever since the government began a series of reforms, the doors to business have been opening wider. More than 200 international companies were represented at this recent investment summit in Yangon. They hope to tap into the country's rich natural resources and strategic location. Government officials identified investment opportunities are in key sectors such as agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, forestry, oil, and mining.
Well, so long as the attitude of the government is very positive, which it is, and the government is very helpful, we are happy to go and invest in Myanmar.
But everyone acknowledges that infrastructure, such as power supply and ports, must be upgraded quickly to meet the onrush of business interests. And recent violence in Myanmar's western region and concerns over the pace of democratic reforms have investors taking it slower here than in any other countries.
The first is a political situation here. Now you see also this ethnic problem here. So there is little bit concern on our investment.
Well, I think I will be initially worried about that there's lack of information on the exact on the procedures.
Several new foreign investment laws have already been passed by Myanmar's parliament this year. More business-friendly rules are being discussed in July sessions as investors line up to set up operations. Zelda Savitri for ASEAN Today.
ASEAN Today will continue shortly.
And we'll have more on the global interest in Myanmar. Tourism is also a major industry there that needs help. A senior tourism leader from Myanmar is in the hot seat next.
Watching ASEAN Today this month from Bangkok and Jakarta. I'm Natha Gomonwatin of the Thai PBS.
And I'm Dalton Tanunaka of Indonesia's Metro TV. More now from the country that is in the world spotlight and hot seat. Besides all the basic investment needed in Myanmar, such as power and ports, the tourism industry is already feeling the global impact and interest. It's often difficult to get a hotel room there, and airports need upgrading. I talked with Myanmar's Deputy Minister of Tourism, U Tae Ong, recently in Bangkok, and we began by taking inventory.
As a whole, we have about 25,000 across the country. Especially in Yangon, we have about 8,000 rooms, in which FDI hotel rooms is about the 3,000. So according to our growth of the arrival, we need some more rooms, say about 1,000 rooms in a few years to come.
So there are reports that room rates have jumped as much as 300% and that some hotel operators are not honoring previously signed contracts. What is the government doing about that? Can you step in and regulate?
Essentially speaking, this is the nature of supply and demand. When the business comes growth, the hoteliers want to charge for good rates or something like that. But for the tourists, for the normal tourists, they are not able to pay such kind of the skyrocketed rates in the country. And also on the side of the tour operators, they are not happy to change the contract rates from time to time. That's why this is the arguments between hotel GMs and tour operators. So in this sense, the government gets involved in negotiating with both parties. Now we can get such kind of the agreement between the two parties.
International arrivals are projected to rise by as much as 25 to 50% this year. How is Myanmar preparing to handle that inflow?
We have been coming to nearly 600,000 in this year because of the growth. The growth was now it is coming to 50% comparing to previous years. So that's why first we have to be readiness on the 4 areas. One is the hotel developments. Another thing is, second point is the standards of the quality of service. And third point is the upgrading of the local transportation, domestic transportation. And also fourth point is we have to expand the existing tourist spots. So right now we have existing, we need to be upgraded the existing one, and also we have to find the new tourist sites to be open for the international visitors.
So are you preparing a master plan to coordinate or handle all of these various factors?
Right now we are in the age of infancy in the travel industry because just we are awakened from the situation. So that's why first we want to draw the master plan for the whole country. So this is right now we are doing with the support of Norwegian government. They give the financial support, and also we have received the technical assistance from the Asian Development Bank. So now we are just doing, it is surfing on the ADB internet to find some international consultants. So this will be a living document for the country in the future.
What international chains are preparing to enter or re-enter Myanmar?
Now we have Shangri-La. Shangri-La has been working in Myanmar for many years. Traders has opened since 1996. So this one is already improved the room capacity. The existing project is already there. We have Shangri-La existing project. We have also the Trader Square project. This one is also. And another one is the Center Points, which belongs to the Thai investor. So he is also going to open his project in next year.
What is Myanmar's biggest selling point, visitor selling point or asset?
Yeah, number one is, Myanmar is culture oriented. So that's why we have a long history, we have the historic monuments, we have the religion. So that's why we have to be concentrated on the cultural tourism. Then we move to the natural tourism. We have also natural resources across the country.
The Pacific Asia Travel Association, PATA, says Myanmar is one of the fastest growing markets in the world. More ASEAN Today is coming up shortly.
When we continue,
Serving up snake in Jakarta to clear up your skin, that's ahead.
This is ASEAN Today, the monthly program on the world's most dynamic region.
and we are coming to you this month from Jakarta and Bangkok. A Filipino designer is winning international applause of her eco-friendly fashions, and central to her creations is a relative of the banana plant, as ASEAN Today's Putri Ayuningtayas reports.
On the catwalk in New York, Dita Sandiko Ong unveils her latest fashion for spring and summer. Her tea clothing line consists of multi-purpose wraps that can be worn as skirts, blouses, coats, headdresses or capes, depending on the occasion and the wearer's style and preferences. The designer is an advocate of the environment and Filipino cultural heritage, so she's been working with indigenous weaving communities in Catanduan province back in the Philippines to produce this weavable abaca fiber.
We're looking at eco-friendly fabrics, and that's the big trend in Europe, in the States, in the global market. And they're looking for fabrics that are indigenous, things that are made by hand.
The abaca belongs to the banana family and is indigenous to the Philippines. Abaca fiber is superior to all other similar natural fibers because of its great strength and resistance to moisture. The Philippines accounts for 84% of all global abaca fiber production.
For me, it's like a developing country product which can provide for an international market a world-class product. So the end use can be something that is high-end for an international market.
To designer Dita, looking good and feeling good about the product has come together in a business-friendly way. Her fashion contributions are helping consumers stay trendy overseas while keeping weavers busy back home. Putri Ayuningtayas for ASEAN Today.
Here are several events on the ASEAN calendar. Islam's holy month of Ramadan begins on the 21st of July. Tasty treats will be featured at the World Food Expo in Manila from the 1st of August to the 4th. And Singapore's National Day will be celebrated with a massive fireworks display on August 9th. Customers of a unique restaurant in Indonesia's capital seek cures for various ailments while satisfying their hungers. ASEAN Today's Marissa Anita takes us to where snake blood and python satay are menu favorites.
Here in the heart of Jakarta's historic Kota district is a restaurant with a particular specialty. The King Cobra restaurant has been serving snakes since 1965, claiming to be the oldest of its kind in the capital. In the kitchen, the chef stocks a large collection of live snakes in cages, including king cobras, pythons, and the highly venomous viper. The bestseller here is a cup of snake's blood and gizzard, believed to heal skin diseases. The next most popular item is the python satay. Customers say it increases male sexual desire.
Kalau ular memang bagus untuk kesehatan, karena meskipun kita nggak untuk sakit kulit, tapi kita untuk buang racun, ya, untuk antibodi, untuk cuci darah kotor juga bagus.
Some come out of curiosity. Others are seeking a specific cure from the unusual menu.
Ya, lebih baik sih. Dibandingin sebelumnya jerawatannya banyak.
By Indonesian standards, the prices for these snake dishes aren't cheap. Cobra blood is $5 a cup. Python satay goes for $5 for 10 sticks. But owners are apparently supplying growing demand. King Cobra has now expanded from its original shop near Chinatown, 5 stores in all, including one in Bali. Marissa Anita for ASEAN Today, Jakarta.
Now, with feedback on ASEAN Today, we are joined by Duridi Sidi Chanya of the ASEAN Secretariat. Dee, good to see you. What are people saying this month?
Well, we have several questions and comments to get to, Dalton. Kirk posted this on the ASEAN Secretariat Facebook page. ASEAN must be free from nuclear and drone weapons. Kirk, we couldn't agree more. A 1995 ASEAN treaty calls for a nuclear weapon-free zone. Nag wrote this on our Secretariat YouTube site. Duty-free trade zone ASEAN. Yes, we can do it. Thank you for sharing our optimism, Nag. The ASEAN free trade zone is nearly complete. And here's our video email of the month.
I'm Dara from Indonesia, and I would just like to say that ASEAN Today is the best show ever because I get to learn so much about ASEAN.
We're glad to add to your knowledge, Dara. Let us know what you're thinking. You can email us at aseantoday.tv@gmail.com, post something on our Facebook page, or tweet us at ASEAN Today TV.
Thank you very much, Dee. Nata?
Dalton and Durudi, the ASEAN Basketball League has a new champion.
The finals of the league's third season was played in late June between the San Miguel Biemen of the Philippines and the Indonesia Warriors. And in the deciding game, Indonesia took a 78-76 victory in Pasig City to win its first title. The Warriors were led by Americans Steve Thomas and Evan Brock. Both finalists will now represent Southeast Asia at the FIBA Asia Champions Cup in Lebanon in October.
I'm sure there was a lot of cheering there in Jakarta, Dalton. And that's this month's edition of ASEAN Today. ขอบคุณค่ะ I'm Natha Gomonwatin of Thai PBS in Bangkok.
Maybe next year for your Chiang Thai Slammers, Nata. Terima kasih. I'm Dalton Tanonaka of Indonesia's Metro TV at the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta. Please join us again next month.